Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's sending shockwaves through the tech and publishing worlds. Did Meta, the giant behind Facebook and Instagram, actually torrent and seed pirated books to train its AI models? I know, it sounds like something out of a cyberpunk novel, but the allegations are serious, and the potential consequences are enormous. We're talking about copyright infringement, ethical breaches, and a potential reshaping of how AI is developed. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Are we about to see a major shift in the AI landscape, or is this just another overblown tech controversy? Let's find out. Okay, let's break down the core of the story. Meta is being accused of using illegally downloaded books, specifically from platforms like LibGen and ZLibrary, to train its large language models. These platforms are notorious for providing access to copyrighted material for free, which, let's be clear, is piracy. The lawsuit alleges that Meta not only downloaded these books, but also actively participated in seeding them, meaning they were helping to distribute the pirated content. Think about that for a second. A multi-billion-dollar company allegedly participating in digital piracy on a massive scale. The sheer audacity of it, if true, is staggering. And it begs the question, what were they thinking? So, what's the immediate fallout? Let's start with level 1, the direct domain impact. First and foremost, if these allegations are proven true, Meta is staring down the barrel of a legal Armageddon. We're talking potentially billions of dollars in fines. Copyright law is incredibly strict, and each instance of infringement carries a hefty price tag. This isn't like downloading a single song. We're talking about potentially millions of books. This case could set a major precedent for how copyright law applies to AI training data. Imagine the ripple effect. Every AI company out there will be watching this case like a hawk. And it's not just about the money. Meta's reputation is on the line. Being branded as a digital pirate is not exactly good for business. This could force Meta to completely restructure how it acquires and uses data for AI model training. That's a major disruption. But the impact doesn't stop there. Another level 1 consequence is a potential chilling effect on open-source AI development. Think about it. Many open-source projects rely on publicly available data sources like LibGen to build their models. If using these sources becomes legally risky, it could stifle innovation, especially for smaller companies and academic institutions that don't have the resources to license vast amounts of data. We're talking about potentially slowing down progress in AI research across the board. Is this the end of democratized AI development? It's a scary thought. However, there's also a potential upside. A successful case against Meta could empower authors and publishers to more aggressively pursue copyright infringement claims against AI developers. This could give copyright holders significantly more bargaining power in negotiations with AI companies regarding data licensing and compensation. Finally, authors might get a fair share of the profits generated from their work being used to train these massive AI models. It's about time, right? Moving on to level 2, the adjacent industry impact. One major shift we could see is in AI data sourcing strategies. AI developers might start relying more on licensed data, synthetic data, or data acquired through more transparent and legally compliant means. This could lead to increased demand for high-quality licensed datasets, driving up costs. We might also see a boom in the development of new technologies and methods for generating synthetic data. Companies will be scrambling to find alternative ways to feed their AI models. Think of it as a data gold rush, but this time, everyone's playing by the rules, hopefully. Another potential impact is a change in content distribution and consumption. Increased awareness of the risks associated with accessing and distributing pirated content could lead to changes in online behavior. We might see a decline in the use of illegal file-sharing platforms and increased demand for legitimate digital content services like ebook subscriptions and streaming services. People might actually start paying for content again. Imagine that. It would be a win-win for both creators and consumers. And let's not forget the inevitable debate on fair use and AI training. This case could intensify the discussion about whether using copyrighted materials for AI training constitutes fair use under copyright law. Legal and academic discussions could lead to clearer guidelines or even legislative changes regarding fair use in the context of AI. This is a crucial conversation that needs to happen. What constitutes fair use in the age of AI? It's a question that will shape the future of the industry. Now, let's zoom out to level 3, the socio-economic impact. One potential consequence is a slower pace of AI innovation. If access to data becomes more restricted and expensive, it could slow down the development of new AI-powered products and services. Companies that lack access to large datasets might find themselves at a competitive disadvantage. Are we about to enter a new era of AI haves and have-nots? It's a real possibility. Another concern is unequal access to knowledge and education. If pirated content becomes less accessible, it could disproportionately affect individuals and communities that rely on it for access to knowledge and education. This could widen the digital divide and reduce opportunities for education and self-improvement for those who can't afford to pay for access to legitimate content. We need to ensure that everyone has access to information, regardless of their socioeconomic status. How do we balance copyright protection with the need for equitable access to knowledge? However, there's also a potential silver lining. This case could raise public awareness of the ethical considerations involved in AI development, including data privacy, copyright, and the potential for bias. We might see increased demand for ethical AI development practices and greater scrutiny of AI companies' data acquisition and usage policies. This could lead to new regulations and standards to promote ethical AI development. It's time for the AI industry to grow up and take responsibility for its actions. We need to ensure that AI is developed in a way that benefits everyone, not just a select few. Let's shift gears and talk about the potential risks associated with using pirated data. First up, technical risks. Downloading data from sources like LibGen and ZLibrary carries a significant risk of including corrupted or malicious files. This could lead to data poisoning and model corruption. Imagine your AI model learning from a dataset filled with errors and biases. It could cause model instability, poor performance, and even security vulnerabilities. It's like feeding your brain a diet of junk food. You're not going to be at your best. And it gets worse. If the pirated dataset contains biased or skewed content, the AI model could inadvertently learn and amplify those biases, leading to discriminatory outputs. Think about the implications of that. An AI model trained on biased data could perpetuate and even exacerbate existing inequalities. We need to be extremely careful about the data we use to train these models. Garbage in, garbage out, as they say. Finally, let's not forget the sheer technical challenge of managing and processing such a massive dataset. We're talking 81.7 terabytes and more. Efficient infrastructure and scalable algorithms are required to handle that volume of data. It's a scalability nightmare. This is not something you can just throw together in your garage. It requires serious engineering expertise and resources. Now, let's move on to the business risks. The most prominent risk is, of course, legal liability. We've already talked about the potential for massive fines and lawsuits. But it's not just about the money. The legal battles could drag on for years, diverting resources away from innovation and creating a competitive disadvantage. It's a legal minefield out there. Another major risk is reputational damage. Being associated with piracy can severely damage Meta's reputation, eroding trust among users, investors, and partners. This could impact user adoption of AI products and shareholder value. Who wants to use a product from a company that's known for stealing from creators? It's a PR disaster waiting to happen. And let's not forget the potential for business partnership fallout. This controversy may jeopardize existing partnerships with content creators, publishers, and other stakeholders in the media industry. Why would they want to work with a company that's allegedly undermining their livelihoods? It's a question that Meta needs to answer. Finally, let's talk about the ethical risks. The use of pirated books for training AI models is a clear violation of copyright law and ethical principles. It disregards the rights of authors and publishers to control and profit from their work. It's simply wrong. We need to respect the rights of creators. The fact that Meta allegedly resisted providing information about its torrenting activities raises serious concerns about transparency and accountability. What are they trying to hide? Why aren't they being more forthcoming about their data acquisition practices? It's a red flag. Training AI models on illegally obtained content gives Meta an unfair advantage over competitors who adhere to ethical and legal standards. It's like cheating in a race. It's not fair to the other participants. And let's not forget the ethical question of training AI models on human output without consent or compensation. Even if the books were legally obtained, the authors didn't consent to their work being used for this purpose. They didn't sign up for this. We need to have a serious conversation about how we compensate creators for their work being used in AI models. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? The Meta copyright case has the potential to reshape the legal and ethical landscape of AI development. It's a wake-up call for the entire industry. We need to demand greater transparency, accountability, and ethical behavior from AI companies. We need to protect the rights of creators. And we need to ensure that AI is developed in a way that benefits everyone, not just a select few. This isn't just about Meta. It's about the future of AI. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth analysis of the latest tech news. Thanks for watching.